India's banking system will certainly never ever be the same again, because the Reserve Bank of India today paved the way for 11 payments banks, and the who's who of India Inc. will now get a shot at this sunrise business opportunity. From Reliance Industries to Sun Pharma's Dilip Shangvi to new age players like Paytm and Paytech have all got the in-principle approval to launch payments banks over the next 18 months. The other prominent players include the likes of Aditya Birla Group, Bharti Airtel and also Vodafone.
Although the countdown for the payments bank licenses had begun, what took everybody by surprise is a rather long list of winners. Although they won't take any deposits or disburse loans, the advent of payments banks will surely change the face of Indian banking. The RBI has overhauled the entire bank licensing process, shifting to an on-tap system. So how will these new age banks play out, and what will be the impact on traditional private and public sector banks? That's our top story on Business Tonight.
We already have a very large customer base which we can quickly use to provide them banking services. We also want to look at it as a social cause of bringing financial inclusion in this country. And being a mobile company, we have the advantage to bring the masses into financial inclusion, because a phone is a pretty ubiquitous product. It's one of the most ubiquitous durables in this country. People who own the last mile, people who own the customer, also understand, who have the behavior and the history of the customer, and that's a very valuable content which we will be having about each customer. And we can try and monetize that, because that's what banks want, or that's what people who lend want.
This is a huge break, both for the country, right? Because basically what it really indicates is that RBI is taking a very different view to financial inclusion. What we can see from this is that the RBI is taking a much more open stance, right? When we went for the main bank licenses, only 2 were given. But the fact that you're going to have at least 11 payment banks come into play means that we're going to get to see different models. And I think real innovation on models is what this is really about. We've looked at a model that uses our physical distribution capability that will then be combined with something that is fairly digital and innovative in its overall process.
Unbeatable on breaking news and also unbeatable on the analysis and perspective we give you. We're getting you 2 players who've got that go-ahead from the RBI today, and we're going to be joined by Vijay Shekhar Sharma of Paytm and CP Gurnani of Tech Mahindra to take that story forward. Thanks very much, gentlemen, for being with us. Many, many congratulations, both of you. Mr. Gurnani, 11 payment bank licenses given out by the RBI. The who's who of India Inc. stands there, and the stellar list also includes you. What is your initial reaction on bagging this one?
For us, it's almost saying that Tech Mahindra's strategy of being a digital player. Tech Mahindra digital banking strategy has got a shot in the arm. As you know, Tech Mahindra is already a mobile wallet player under the brand name Mobo Money. Tech Mahindra provides technology for digital banking to many customers around the world. We have always believed that Tech Mahindra and Mahindra's one of the biggest asset, which is the Mahindra Finance, and us getting together, collaborating to create a new digital bank, I think we are very, very happy. We are very, very excited.
Right, Vijay Shekhar Sharma, we've got 2 of the big winners exclusively on ET now. Thanks for joining us from Paytm. Of course, what kind of business model are you looking at, Vijay? Will it be a completely mobile-driven model?
Well, Paytm is based on mobile technology, and we are committed to lead it by the mobile. We believe if consumer has committed on a smartphone and mobile internet connection, he's the truest customer for Paytm. When we look at payment bank, we would want to lead it again from the mobile front. And our opportunity is that can we bring 500 million Indians to the mainstream economy on our payment bank platform in next 5 years when we look at mobile and their commitment of internet technologies there.
Right. Mr. Gurnani, financial inclusion is the core reason for the central bank to push for payments bank regime. They want more people to be a part of the formal banking channel. How well positioned is Tech Mahindra when it comes to preparedness in terms of financial inclusion?
I think if you go back and look at Tech Mahindra's strength is that we have an almost ready platform called Mobiquity, which is our technology platform for mobile banking. Number two is that this provides a transaction-based services, particularly the volume business. If you look at it, most of the traditional banks are looking at higher value transactions, whereas this gives a opportunity for technology to not only look at a much higher customer base, but also takes into account the volume and the float. So I personally believe that Government of India has taken a very affirmative step towards their stated goal of Digital India, number two, the stated goal of financial inclusion, and frankly, Mahindra Group and Tech Mahindra are ready because we have such a huge rural outreach thanks to the NBFC that Mahindra Finance runs.
All right, ready and raring to go is the word really coming in from CP Gurnani. But I want to get down to specifics. And Vijay Shekhar Sharma, the question is really coming your way. You are a prepaid wallet with about 100 million users out there. Will you only provide banking services to those customers with a smartphone? I mean, one is interested to know how is this really going to work for companies like yourselves?
Look, I think mobile internet will continue to penetrate nook and corner of this country. It is going to be as ubiquitous as today the phone is. And once a customer who is using a mobile internet device, we sort of sort out many problems. We can then offer a low-cost banking to them. The problem of the financial inclusion system has been that it has been a costly, I mean, a customer who doesn't have deposit becomes a costly for bank to manage. But if a customer who has a smartphone or let's say a phone, it will be very easy for a bank to manage. And I think the opportunity that we have is how we can lead it from a transaction-led platform to a banking platform versus a deposit-led platform. Traditionally, banks have been deposit-led. They ask for customer deposit and based on that they make revenues, while Paytm is driven by transactions. If a consumer can do a mobile transaction, he's a great opportunity for us.
All right, fair point indeed, Mr. Gurnani. Leading telcos have backed the license from RBI and they have a massive subscriber base, which they're of course bound to leverage. We're already picking up how they're being wooed by some banks. So what's the business model that you would look at in this new segment? Like Mr. Sharma is pointing out there that mobile internet is going to be big. What about yourself?
So if you go back and look at our biggest strength, I think our biggest strength is Mahindra as a name, Mahindra as a trust, Mahindra as a reach in the rural sector, not only in the rural sector, but practically a brand which is on the top of the mind or would be one of the best known brands in India. Number two is our readiness from a technology perspective. Number third is that I do believe that distribution, we are in a position to mix and match our strategy. Traditional players will try and stay with their own knitting, whereas we will go ahead and create a new distribution strategy.
Right. You know, Vijay, profitability is going to be a huge challenge for Payments Bank. That's the big concern. When do you think you'll be able to break even with your business model?
Look, if you see today, Paytm is driven by payment transactions. We have three-step life cycle of a customer: pay, shop, and then save. I think Payment Bank will be the one where our financial services will come. And when you look at financial services, they are very profitable business. I think it is not about, the problem historically been that they have been traditionally looked at to be served using brick and mortar model. Today the technology can solve that problem. It will be very profitable, we are very sure, and be very sustainable, we are sure. And more than profit, I think it is a commitment to our society that we will be able to bring together large number of Indians who have been deprived of these services. If we believe that if we can bring these 50 crore Indians who have been deprived of financial loans, advances, cash, I think there will be a great India that we will be seeing.
Essentially, your model is going to ride on the e-commerce business to reach out to more customers. Is that right, Vijay?
Yeah, I think when a customer is shopping using a phone, he is committing to a financial inclusion. That is what our approach is. Can we bring that customer from cash on delivery to the deposits? That is how we will go with it.
All right, Mr. Gurnani, because I'm letting you have the last word, I'd also urge you to be very candid. It's a niche banking space that you're really getting in Payments Bank, so to say. Is there serious money to be made here?
I'm definitely not at liberty to discuss my business plan at this stage. But I think what RBI has done is enable the consumer. What Mahindra Group is doing is clearly realizing is that the new age of information is new age of consumerization, and participating in that digital transformation of India. Clearly, there is money to be made, but that money is based on how you manage the float, how you manage the volumes, how you can work effectively in the lowest cost of transaction, and also be able to provide good governance that is required for any bank.
All right, Mr. Gurnani, Mr. Vijay Shekhar Sharma, thank you so much for taking time out and joining us on Video on Business tonight. Really appreciate you, two big winners there, joining us exclusively on ET Now.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.